Good morning, students. Today's class is about gastric secretion. Gastric secretion. Physiology of gastric acid secretion and its role in acid peptic disease. Physiology of acid or gastric acid secretion and its role in acid peptic disease. This gastric secretions are from stomach. The main functions of the stomach, as you know, storage function. One is the storage, second is the preparing the chyme for digestion in the small intestine, and initiation for digestion and absorption of water and lipid soluble substances. The main functions of the stomach are the storage and also digestion and initiation for digestion and absorption of water and lipid soluble. Gross anatomy of stomach. Stomach is J-shaped hollow muscular bag connected to the esophagus at upper end and to the duodenum at the lower end. Gastric contents are isolated from the rest of the gastrointestinal tract proximally by the lower esophageal sphincter, distally by the pyloric sphincter. The volume of the stomach is 1200 to 1500 ml, but the capacity is greater than 3000. The stomach has two curvature, lesser and greater curvature. Lesser curvature is right inner side, whereas the greater curvature is left upper side. %5 water, 0.5% solids. Electrolytes are sodium, potassium, magnesium, biphosphate and sulfate. The contents of gastric juice varies with the rate of secretion. At low secretory rates, sodium concentration is high, whereas the hydrogen concentration is low, but acid secretion increases, sodium concentration falls. At low secretory rates, sodium concentration is high. High secretory rates, sodium concentration decreases. Enzymes. Pepsin is a proteolytic enzyme secreted by chief cells of gastric glands. Inactive form pepsinogen is activated to pepsin in the presence of HCl at optimum pH is 2. Gastric lipase is weak fat splitting enzyme. And gastric gelatinase liquefies gelatin. Gastric amylase is present in small amount. Lysozyme is bactericidal. Carbonic anhydrase is present in small amounts. Coming to the mucin or mucus, soluble and insoluble. Soluble is secreted by pyloric and gastric glands. In addition to these, intrinsic factor is also secreted by parietal cells of gastric glands. Gastric gland. Here we can see the gastric structure of the gastric gland structure. Different cells we can observe here. The parietal cell, mainly the parietal cell for the gastric acid secretion. It secretes acid and intrinsic factor. And here the ECL cells secretes histamine. And we have chief cells, different cells are there. Pepsinogen secretion from the chief cells. And mucous neck cells, stem cell compartment. Here the mucus layer is there. These are secreted into the lumen, and we see the acid, intrinsic factor and the pepsinogen. This is the physiological structure of gastric gland. Here we see different cells. That is mucus neck cell. Second is the parietal cell and ECL cell and chief cells. They secrete different factors structure of gastric gland. It contains surface epithelial cells, that is mucus cells. The mucus is alkaline in nature, and mucus neck cells, neck chief cells, soluble mucus and pepsinogen, they secretes. And parietal cells, other name for it is the oxyntic cells, secretes hydrochloric acid and intrinsic factor. And the other cell is chief cells, or peptic cells, or zymogen cells. Pepsinogen, zymogen cell or the chief cell are the same, and oxyntic cells and parietal cells are the same. Enterochromaffles and ECL cells, they secrete serotonin and histamine. Specialized cells are VIP, that is vasto-intestinal peptide, substance P and glucagon. These are the other substances secreted by the gastric. Parietal cell, the parietal cell produces soluble containing approximately 160 millimoles of hydrochloric acid. pH is 0.8, very low pH, and the energy cost is 1500 kilocalories. Along with the intrinsic factor, B12 or factor binding macromolecules. Intrinsic factor is mainly important for the B12 absorption by the intestine, and also produces gastric lipase, gastric amylase and gelatinase, other substances. Here we can see the parietal cell, shape of the parietal cell, and also hydrochloric acid secretion also here. Through metabolism, carbon dioxide enters into the parietal cells from outer to internally, and also from blood and carbon dioxide enters, and it combines with the water and forms the carbonic acid. It is very unstable, and carbonic anhydrase enzyme is present in the parietal cells. It acts on the carbonic acid and it splits into bicarbonate and also hydrogen ions. This bicarbonate will be entering outside, and in addition to the, or in compensation with the bicarbonate, chloride enters into the cell, and this hydrogen is actively transported into the lumen of the parietal cell in combination with the hydrogen potassium ATPase. Through hydrogen potassium ATPase, this hydrogen will be entering into the lumen of the parietal cell, and this chloride, so from the sodium chloride, some chloride will be entering into the lumen, so the hydrochloric acid is formed. This is the process of formation of hydrochloric acid in the volume of electrolyte similar to the EC, extracellular fluid, and contains pepsinogen. Some individuals secretes ABO blood group antigen in their gastric juice also. Ghrelin from specialized cells that lie in the stomach and pancreas. Stomach cells that secretes ghrelin includes the D1 cells in the fundus. Hunger hormone, because it stimulates, this we call it as hunger hormone, stimulates Appetite increases the food intake, promotes the fat storage. When the stomach is empty, ghrelin is secreted. When the stomach is stretched, secretion stops. It acts on hypothalamic brain cells both to increase hunger and also gastric acid secretion and gastrointestinal motility to prepare the body for food intake. Ghrelin is the appetite hormone. It increases the appetite and also it promotes fat storage. Pyloric glands. In the pylorus, we have pyloric glands, similar structure like oxyntic glands, contain few peptic chief cells. No parietal cells have G cells. It contains mucous cells. Mucus and electrolytes have G cells. No parietal cells have G cells. G cells produce gastrin. Peptic cells produce pepsinogen. Here we have G cells. G cells produce gastrin, and from gastrin we have the through parietal cells hydrochloric acid is secreted, and peptic cells they produces the pepsinogen. It acts on the pepsin. Are the intrinsic factor. For B12 absorption, we need intrinsic factor. Here the parietal cell, through the parietal cells we have hydrochloric acid as well as intrinsic factor is produced. Through the chief cells we have pepsinogen, C cells gastrin to the circulation, and mucous cells produce mucus. Here the different cells in different positions in the stomach. You see in the greater curvature, first is the parietal cell, second is the chief cells and G cells and mucous cells. Here the parietal cells they secrete the intrinsic factor, hydrochloric acid, and chief cells produces pepsinogen, and G cells produces gastrin, and mucous cells produces mucus. Here in this table also you can see cell type, location and secretion. Cell type is parietal cell. It is in the body, greater curvature of the stomach, and it produces hydrochloric acid and intrinsic factor. Chief cells they present in the body and produces pepsinogen. G cells in the antrum of the stomach they produces gastrin. Mucous cells also present in the gas antrum and produces mucous pepsinogen. To the phases of acid secretion. We have three phases are there: cephalic phase, gastric phase, intestinal phase. Cephalic phase is due to by smell, chewing and swallowing. By sight, smell will produce the cephalic phase. Stimulates parietal G cells and they produces the gastric acid. And gastric phase is presence of food in the stomach. It produces the distension. This distension itself stretch acts as a stimulus, and here protein or presence of proteins will act as a stimulus for the gastric phase, and intestinal phase digested proteins as a stimulus, and they secrete the acid from the glands in the wall of the stomach drains into its lumen. From the wall, it drains into the lumen. Surface cells secretes primarily mucus and bicarbonate. This mucus and bicarbonate protects the stomach mucosa, and most characteristic secretion from the glands in the fundus are the body of the stomach. Two distinct cells are there. Parietal cells, as you know, hydrochloric acid and intrinsic factor. Chief cells, pepsinogen plus gastric lipase. Hydrochloric acid, the main function of the hydrochloric acid is sterilize meals and hydrolysis of dietary macromolecules. And intrinsic factor is mainly for the absorption of the B12, and pepsinogen precursor of the pepsin, and it initiates the protein digestion. Lipase acts on the fat and aids for the fat digestion. The three primary stimulus. Gastrin, the hormone releases G cells in the antrum. Gastrin is a hormone. It is released from the G cells in the antrum of the stomach. Gastrin is secreted in response to gastrin releasing peptide, bombesin, a neurotransmitter released from enteric, that is nerve endings. Enteric nervous system is present within the stomach. It is an autonomic or the separate nervous system that innervates the stomach or the intestine. Presence of oligopeptides in the gastric lumen. Gastrin is carried by the bloodstream to the Purkinje glands, binds to receptors on the parietal and ECL cell, that is enterochromophil like cells, causes release of histamine. Through gastrin, we have from the G cells, gastrin is produced. Gastrin stimulates histamine. Histamine also triggers for the parietal cell via binding to H2 receptors. Parietal and chief cells also stimulated by acetylcholine released from the nerve endings in the fundus. The other stimulant is acetylcholine, histamine, gastrin from the G cells. Mainly by the vagal input or the parasympathetic, originates from the brain. Dorsal vagal complex causes release of GRP, acetyl gastric releasing peptide. Acetylcholine initiates the secretory function. Physical appearance of meal in the stomach or the presence of meal activate the stretch receptors. Because of presence of food, there is stretch in the stomach. This stretch acts as a stimulus and acts as a receptors, stretch receptors, causes vagovagal or the logal reflex, amplifies the secretion through vagovagal reflex. Afferent is vagus, efferent is vagus here. Prolonged food in the stomach serves as a feedback inhibitory signal for secretion. It also releases somatostatin is the inhibitor, whereas the acetylcholine, as we know histamine, they stimulate the secretion, whereas the somatostatin inhibits both the G cells and enterochromophil cells to secrete. Or taste, even thought of food causes the gastric secretion. It results due to the signals originating in the cerebral cortex and appetite centers of hypothalamus. The impulses are transmitted to dorsovagal nucleus and from there through vagi to the stomach. From side, here the impulses will be transmitted through hypothalamus to the vagi and they stimulates the parietal cells. They are present in the stomach and stimulates the hydrochloric acid and pepsinogen secretion through their stimulation, and also mucus can also be secreted. And gastric phase is presence of food in the stomach. Stretch of the stomach will cause us it stimulates the stretch receptors are stimulated through vagovagal. From the vagus, afferent will be going to the cerebral cortex and then efferent also vagus. There will be stimulation of parietal cells, thereby secretion of hydrochloric acid. And we have the intestinal phase is also there with the help of proteins or protein food and also amino acids, presence of amino acids will cause the intestinal phase. Here also cephalic gastric phase 30% has smell, taste, vagal stimulates the parietal cells and also gastrin is through parietal cells. Vagovagus, afferent and efferent are the vagus. Vagus from the brain, it stimulates the parietal cells of the through the gastrin also it stimulates the parietal cells to secretes hydrochloric acid. And the gastrin, 60%, gastric phase. Presence of food causes the distension of the stomach. It stimulates the stretch receptors. Again, we have the stimulation of the vagus through parietal cells. The gastrin is secreted. And the distension of the antrum, local reflex, gastrin and parietal cells causes the stimulation of the hydrochloric acid secretion secreted by parietal cells. This is from fundus and also body. Gastric parietal cells secreting concentrated acid, hydrochloric acid. Cells packed with mitochondria supply energy, function through hydrogen potassium ATPase and drives the hydrogen ion out against the concentration gradient. Hydrogen and chloride concentration increases the hydrochloric acid. And mechanism of hydrochloric acid production. Hydrogen potassium ATPase is mainly aids for it, inhibited by omeprazole. It is a drug. Hydrochloric acid drives water into the gastric content to maintain isoosmolality. During gastric acid secretion, amount of bicarbonate in the blood is equal to amount of hydrochloric acid is secreted. So, alkaline tide. We call it as alkaline tide. There will be compensation or a homeostatic mechanism is there. Bicarbonate is equal to the hydrochloric acid secretion so that there won't be any ulceration or any bicarbonate excess will not be. Coming to the here you see from the plasma carbon dioxide enters into the parietal cell. It combines with the water in the presence of carbonic anhydrase. Here we have the carbonic acid is formed and it is splitting into bicarbonate and hydrogen ion. This hydrogen ion with the active transport mechanism, it enters into the lumen. And here the chloride, in compensation with the bicarbonate, chloride enters inside the parietal cell. And from here, by simple diffusion, it goes into the lumen. There is a hydrogen with the chloride combination forms the hydrochloric acid. And some of the chloride will also be entering into through the sodium chloride also. Sodium, here the sodium potassium ATPase is there and here we have the potassium will also be entering inside and there is formation of hydrochloric acid within the lumen of the parietal cell. Concentrated hydrochloric acid secretion we see in the secretion, the control of gastric acid secretion or the gastric secretion. We have neuronal control, hormonal control. Neuronal vagus, neural efferents, and gastrin hormonal effectors. Enterochromaffin like cells, they produce a histamine, H2 receptor, and acid secretion. Cimetidine, H2 receptor blocker is the cimetidine. Inhibition of acid secretion. Inhibitory hormone, enterogastrones, S cells in the duodenum and somatostatin, D cells in the antrum, glucose dependent insulotropic peptide in the duodenum will help for the acid peptic disease. Acid peptic disease due to overlapping pathogenic mechanism leading to either excessive acid secretion or diminished mucosal defense. If the acid secretion is more, there will be formation of acid peptic disease or diminished mucosal. Mucosa will act as a it protects the action of the hydrochloric acid on the mucosal membrane. Mucosal lesions or the stomach gastric ulcer. If the any mucosal deficiency will lead to acid will be acting on the mucosa, it will be forming the gastric ulcer, erosion of the ulcer. There is disformation of the epithelium on the stomach. And duodenal ulcer also. Duodenum also same because of the gastric acid secretion. Gastric acid and pepsin plays a major pathogenic role. Helicobacter pylori infection plays a major role as well because of stress, ingestion of drugs, aspirin, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, and gastrin-producing tumors, Zollinger-Ellison syndrome. They will be causing the Helicobacter pylori to result from imbalance between the aggressive factors, protective factors. Protective factors are gastric mucus, bicarbonate, prostaglandins, and blood supply. And aggressive factors are acid, Helicobacter pylori, irritation, aspirin, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. These will cause the acid peptic disorder because of the mucosal disformation or damage to the mucosal membrane in the intestine. And because of presence of gastric mucus secretion, more bicarbonate and prostaglandins, more blood supply will protect the mucosa from the gastric peptic disorder. Helicobacter pylori infection occurs in about 95% of patients with the duodenal ulcer and 75 to 85 patients with the gastric ulcers. The infection is also found in 25% of people without peptic ulcer. Thus, other factors must be present to trigger the ulcer. Highly acidic environment produces urease enzyme for ammonia formation, neutralize the acid, produces a number of toxins, causes inflammation, damage to the epithelium, and produces proteases and phospholipases, degrade the glycolipid complex of the mucous gel, decreases the thickness of mucous gel, stimulates the chronic gastritis associated with the depletion of the somatostatin from D cells. Gastrin release from the G cells stimulate the acid production. Other pathogenic factors. Some patients having true G cell hyperplasia, G cell hyperfunction, or the increased sensitivity of parietal cells to stimulation, they will produce more acid and increased capacity to secrete acid and pepsin. Some patients secrete normal amount of acid, secrete abnormal mucus, failure of protective barrier. If there is failure of protective barrier also, ulceration will be there. Abnormal mucus also cannot able to protect the mucosa and also increased capacity to secrete or hypersensitivity. The acid and pepsin will lead to ulcer formation. More acid is being delivered to the duodenal bulb than in normal. That is due to gastric emptying, stress, emotions, and anger increases the gastric acid and pepsin secretion, and smoking also. So, smoking is dangerous to many things. In respiratory infections, prone for smoking is the cause for respiratory infections as well as gastric acid secretion will lead to peptic ulcer or the gastric ulcers. Zollinger-Ellison syndrome, excessive production of gastrin from islet cell tumors, gastrinomas will also cause the basis of treatment, how to treat the ulcers. Antacids, as you know, previously we used ranitidine. Nowadays, it is not advisable. Majority of drugs based on combination with the calcium, aluminum, and magnesium salts. These are the bicarbonates. And side effects: calcium compounds causes constipation, magnesium compound causes diarrhea, aluminum compounds blocks absorption of other drugs, digoxin and tetracycline. And proton pump, hydrogen potassium ATPase inhibitors, irreversible inhibition of hydrogen potassium ATPase pump in the parietal cell, and there is gastric acid production will be decreased. So that this is also one type of treatment. Most powerful inhibitor of gastric acid secretion and histamine H2 receptor antagonists, competitive inhibition of histamine at H2 receptor and parietal cell, cimetidine, ranitidine. When you go to pharmacology, you will be learning all the things. Helicobacter pylori eradication successfully prevents relapses. Treatment regimens includes proton pump inhibitors. Nowadays we are using taken together with two antibiotics. Destruction Helicobacter pylori. Pantoprazole 40 milligrams in the morning, 40 milligrams at the night. Amoxicillin for these are the drugs. Omeprazole 20 milligrams with empty stomach usually the persons will be taking 2 times a day. This is you will be learning in your next year when you go to. Now we will start gastric function test. Gastric function test. To know about stomach is a reservoir of ingested foodstuffs. As you know, it has a greater churning ability that promotes digestion. Stomach elaborates hydrochloric acid and proteases that are responsible for the initiation of digestive process. The products obtained in the stomach that are peptides, amino acids, stimulates the release of pancreatic juice as well as hydrochloric acid. The parietal cells of gastric gland produce hydrochloric acid. The pH in the gastric lumen is very low, 0.8. As normal blood pH is 7.4. As you know, the protons are transported against concentration gradient by an active process. The enzyme potassium activated ATP is present in the parietal cells is connected with the mechanism of hydrochloric acid secretion. It involves an exchange of hydrogen ions for potassium ions. This is coupled with the consumption of energy supplied by ATP. The hydrogen ions are continuously generated in the parietal cells by the dissociation of carbonic acid. In turn, produced from the carbonic acid dissociates enter the blood in exchange for the chloride ions. The latter diffuses into the gastric lumen to form the hydrochloric acid. Gastrin, a peptide hormone of the gastrointestinal tract, stimulates hydrochloric. First is the fractional test meal, FTM. Fractional test meal involves the collection of stomach contents by Ryle's tube in fasting. This is followed by gastric stimulation giving a test meal, rice or black coffee. The stomach contents are aspirated by Ryle's tube at different time periods every 15 minutes for 2 hours. The samples are analyzed for free and total acidity. The results are normally represented by a second one is alcohol test meal. In this case, the test meal in the form of 100 ml of 7% alcohol is administered. The response to the alcohol test meal is more rapid and test time can be reduced to 1.5 hours. Clear specimens can be collected by this test and the free acidity levels are relatively higher compared to fractional test. And pentagastrin stimulation test. Pentagastrin is a synthetic peptide. It stimulates the gastric secretion in a manner similar to that of the natural gastrin. The stomach contents are aspirated by Ryle's tube in a fasting condition. This is referred to as residual juice. The gastric juice elaborated for the next 1 hour is collected and the pooled with the represents the basal. Pentagastrin 5 milligrams per kg body weight is now given to the stimulate gastric secretion. The gastric juice is collected at 15 minute interval for 1 hour. This represents the maximum secretion. Each sample of gastric secretion collected is measured for acidity. by titrating the samples with N by 10 sodium bicarbonate to pH is 7.4. The end point may be detected by an indicator or a pH. Refers to the acid output under the basal conditions or basal secretion, we call it as. Maximum acid output represents the acid output after gastric stimulation by pentagastrin, maximum secretion. Normal individual basal acid output is 4 to 10 millimoles per hour, while the maximum acid output is 20 to 50 millimoles. Augmented histamine test meal. Histamine is a powerful stimulant of gastric secretion. The basal gastric secretion is collected for 1 hour. Histamine 0.04 milligrams per kg body weight is administered subcutaneously. Gastric contents are aspirated for the next 1 hour at 15-minute interval. The acid content is measured in these samples. Insulin test meal. This is also known as the Hollander's test, mainly done to assess the completeness of vagotomy, vagal resection. Insulin is administered intravenously, which causes the hypoglycemia, usually within 30 minutes in a normal person. The quantity of insulin is 0.1 units per kg body weight. If the vagotomy operation is successful, insulin administration does not cause any increase in the acid output compared to the basal level. This test has to be carefully performed since hypoglycemia is very dangerous. Tubeless gastric analysis. The tubeless gastric analysis involves the administration of a cation exchange resin that gets quantitatively exchanged with the hydrogen ions of. The resin is then excreted into the urine that can be estimated for an indirect measure of the gastric acidity. Blue containing azure resin is employed in the tubeless gastric. Abnormalities of gastric function. Increased gastric hydrochloric acid secretion is found in Zollinger-Ellison syndrome, a tumor of gastrin secreting cells of the pancreas, chronic duodenal ulcer, gastric cell hyperplasia, excessive histamine production. It is observed in gastritis, gastric carcinoma, pernicious anemia, and partial gastrectomy, chronic iron or iron deficiency anemia. To summarize, stomach mucosa contains different glands, mainly gastric glands and also pyloric glands and cardiac glands. Among all, gastric glands are important. These contains 3 types of cells. Mucous neck cells, they secrete mucus, and peptic or the chief cells, they secrete pepsinogen, and parietal cells or oxyntic cells secrete hydrochloric acid. And the composition of gastric juice is 99.5% water and solids. Among solids, we have sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium, phosphate bicarbonate. Organic are mucin, intrinsic factor, enzymes, pepsin, gastric lipase, gastric amylase, gastric and gelatinase. The pH of hydrochloric acid is highly acidic between 0.9 to 1.5. The quantity of gastric juice 500 to 1500 ml. The secretion of the hydrochloric acid in the parietal cell, carbon dioxide formed due to cell metabolism enter into the parietal cell from blood, combines with the hydroxyl ion of water under the influence of enzyme carbonic anhydrase to form bicarbonate ion. These bicarbonate ions diffuses out of the cell into the extracellular fluid in exchange for chloride ion that enter the cell and later into the canal fluid. Functions of hydrochloric acid. It provides optimum pH for action of pepsin, prevents the growth of pathogenic bacteria, and also hydrolysis of carbohydrates and proteins. Hydrochloric acid secretion is increased by or stimulated by acetylcholine, histamine, gastrin. And somatostatin is a neurotransmitter that inhibits hydrochloric acid secretion. The regulation of hydrochloric acid is by three phases: cephalic, gastric, and intestinal phases. The cephalic phase begins before the entry of food into the stomach. Even sight, smell, taste, or even thought of food causes gastric secretion. The process is signals originating in the cerebral cortex and appetite center of the hypothalamus. The impulses are transmitted to dorsal vagal nuclei and from there through vagi to stomach. Vagal fibers stimulate parietal cells as well as chief cells so that hydrochloric acid as well as pepsinogen is also increased. Coming to the gastric phase, distension of the stomach with food will causes the stimulation of mesenteric plexus and vagovagal reflexes stimulates the gastric secretion. And intestinal phase is also when the food reaches the intestine, there will be secretion of hydrochloric acid. This is the summary of. Thank you all.